Hello, Samson Perry back. I think it's been a while since I did a book review, but as I said, I'm going to be doing like one book review every every month. Yeah, still back online. So you might want as well to like, comment on the videos, and be able to share. Don't forget. So I've been reading a couple of books, I think, from the time that I've been silent, but I've not been able to do reviews because of the time issue and the life that just gets busy. But that aside, I was reading another one, interesting one. The Obstacle is a Way, that is by Ryan Holiday. Quite an interesting book, so insightful that you just want to try it out. As I always say, you just want to read it. All right, so Obstacle is a Way, that is by Ryan Holiday. I love what he brings out from the introduction that got my attention, practically saying great companies are built by crisis, bad companies are destroyed by crisis. It is the same thing that applies to individuals, where uh, great individuals are going to be built by crisis, but bad individuals are going to be destroyed by the crisis. So the problem, he says, does not lie in the fact that stuff is happening and obstacles are always surrounding us. The problem lies in our own attitude and how we respond to everything that happens to us. The book is quite easy to read, divided into three parts. So the first part is talking about your perception. The second part is dealing with your action. The third part is talking about will. So I might not necessarily go through everything that is in those parts, but I'm going to share what the big idea behind the book is. Well, that is according to what I got and what touched me from the book. So perception. Perception, he defines it that this is how we see and understand things, and what we have decided the interpretation of the things that we've seen are going to mean to us. So your perception is how you understand and look at things, and what you decide those things are going to mean to you. Now, looking at the discipline of perception, we are talking about the fact that perception is something that is going to help you clearly see the advantage and the power of the obstacle that you have, and what you are going to do about it in order that it does not block you from getting what you want to get and achieving that which you want to achieve. So where you're able to perceive opportunities from what are known as obstacles is where the discipline of perception comes in. The second thing that Ryan is talking about in the part of perception, that is by recognizing the power that lies in you. I love what Kata says, where he says that there is nothing that cannot harm me, so there is nothing that can hurt me but what I have given power to. So it basically lies in the fact that there is this power that lies within you, and there is no external circumstance, or no external feature rather, that is going to be a hindrance for you to do that which you want to do. So nothing has got power over you apart from things which you yourself give power to. And then he is also talking about third thing, that is steadying your nerves, and the fourth one, which is controlling your emotions. So when you become steady with your nerves, and then you control your emotions. So obstacles, he says, make us emotional, but the only way we survive or overcome them is by keeping our emotions in check. So if we can keep steady no matter what happens and how much events fluctuate, then definitely we've got control over ourselves. So keep steady, steady your nerves, and then control your emotions. And there are other things, of course, which are being discussed, talking about practicing objectivity. He's also talking about altering how you perceive stuff. Then there is also something like it is up to you to take action and perceive different things, and it is you living in the present moment and all that. Then the other thing is where you tend to think differently because everyone else is seeing obstacles, but you're the only one seeing opportunities in them. And then The other last thing I think about perception that I might like to discuss is the fact that you're supposed to find the opportunity in the obstacle. So uh, to get to where you want to go, or the goal rather, in everything that you do is you just look for opportunities in everything that is happening. That is where the discipline and perception comes in. In the second part, quite easy, we're talking about action. So there is a lot of definitions about action, but let's just get things done. So the discipline of action lies in the fact that in life, no matter what happens or what is happening to you, what actually is going to determine where you want to be and where you want to go is your actions, or the actions that you're going to employ and all that. So getting moving is another thing that is being discussed. So you do not stop to move in a direction that you want to flow. Remember, obstacle is a way. The thing is, you're going to face obstacles as you are going, but just keep moving and then practice persistence. So there is one of these great philosophers who actually said genius is but persistence in disguise. So definitely you're a genius if you're someone who's persistent, but in disguise. And then the other thing is alliteration. So alliteration is basically giving us the fact that failure is not fatal. Failure is actually a feature. I like rephrasing it, saying failure is feedback. So you only get to wise up when you understand that you are going to learn from failure. So alliterating is something that is going to help you through your life. And then it is bringing us to another point that is saying you are supposed to follow through the process. So the process is so that you just get done, you get to finish tasks. That is where the power of the process lies. Of course, there are other things which are being discussed. Do your job right, and then what is right is what works. Then the other things like practicing how to attack your obstacles and all that, then preparing to start everything over. I think that is where the emphasis maybe might lie, looking at the fact that not everything that you're going to do is going to work out. Obstacle is still going to be the way. So you're going to meet obstacles, and then just prepare your mind that some other things are not going to work out. It's supposed to be hard, as he puts it. All right, and then the last part, you're talking about will. Will is defined as our internal power. So the internal power which cannot be affected by anything from the external world. So it is something that just lies within you. So the discipline of will comes into play looking at the fact that it's always easier to create our own perceptions than it is to change whatever everyone else is thinking around us and whatever they are able to perceive. So build your own, or your inner sight though, so to say. So just build a fortress around you that nothing is going to break through your will. So what you decide that you're going, what you will that you're going to do about your life is what you must follow through and get that done. So anticipation. So this is thinking negatively. Remember we talked about when we were talking about action, we were looking at the fact that you're supposed to prepare that certain things are going to work out. So you might as well want to look at the fact that you're anticipating that the negative might happen, but look for opportunities in the happenings. And then there is also the art of coincidence. Then he's also talking about loving everything that happens, finding joy that is in everything that happens, positive, negative, good, bad. And then there is perseverance in will. So when we're talking about action, we talked about persistence. And then when we talk about will, we're talking about perseverance. That is something that is going to get you through to where you are going. And then something bigger than yourself. A man's job is not to just look at what am I going to get for myself, but making the world a better place. And then the second last thing is meditate on your immortality. I love the fact that death doesn't make us or doesn't make life rather purposeless. Instead, it gives life meaning. So that is where you tend to think about meditating on your immortality. And the last thing is prepare to start again. So behind a mountain, there is always a mountain. So life is not a sprint, it's rather a marathon. So you just move at it as it comes to you. Whatever life is going to throw at you, remember, obstacle is the way. So the wise are always going to see opportunities in the obstacle, and then they're going to make their lives better from there. And pretty much that. Your perceptions, your actions, and your will are what are going to determine the outcomes of everything that you are going to do and what you want to do. Practically, obstacle is the way. Ryan Holiday. Till we meet in the next segment. Check it out.